Hi friends, for math today you will need your dry erase board and a marker. So if you don't have that, please go get it. Pause your video if you need to. Friends, you can pause your video at any time because as we're doing our math lesson, I expect that you are doing it along with me. So if you feel like I'm going too fast, you can pause your video at any time. That's one cool thing about watching your lessons in a video. If we're in the classroom and I'm going too fast, you really can't stop me in the middle, right? But when you're at home, you control how fast the lesson goes. So if you need more time, you can pause the video, okay? We have been learning about equations in math, okay? So we're going to work with equations again today. Remember, equations are when we use that equal sign. Sometimes it's also called a number sentence because you can read it that way, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So the first thing that we're going to do is I want to just do a quick practice of our circle drawings. And we use our circle drawings to help us tell a math story. So here's your first math story, and I want you to make a circle drawing to go along with my story. Are you ready? I have 4 shirts. You have 2 shirts. How many shirts do we have all together? Can you make a circle drawing to go along with that story? I have 4 shirts. You have 2 shirts. How many shirts do we have all together? Pause your video if you're not quite finished. Here's my circle drawing. I have 4 shirts. You have 2 shirts. How many do we have all together? I have 4. You have 2. All together, we have 6. We added 4 and 2 together. Another way to say that is with an equation. We would say 4 plus 2 more is equal to 6. 4 plus 2 more is the same as 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Okay? Let's try one more circle drawing. You ready? There are 2 ducks. Then 6 ducks join them. How many ducks are there in all? Put that on your whiteboard as a circle drawing. There are 2 ducks. Then 6 ducks join them. How many ducks are there in all? If you're not finished, pause your video. There are 2 ducks. Then 6 more ducks join them. How many ducks in all? There were 2. Then 6 more joined. So we had 2 and then we added 6 more. So the total was 8. There were 8 altogether. Are you thinking about what that would look like as an equation? We had 2, then we added, plus means add, 6 more to equal 8 altogether. Good job. Okay, we're going to try something different this time. This time I'm going to tell you a story, but we're not going to use a circle drawing. We're going to show the story just with numbers, with an equation. Are you ready? Listen carefully and watch what I do. Then you're going to try one, okay? So here's my story. There are 5 children playing soccer. Then 3 more children come. Now 8 children are playing soccer. Okay, watch what I do to write that as an equation. Listen carefully. There are 5 children playing soccer. Then 3 more children come. So I think to myself, I had 5. Then what happened? Oh, I added 3 more children. So plus 3 more children. And it says now 8 children are playing soccer. So I had 5, I added 3, and now there's 8. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Are you ready to try one? Well, actually, before we do that, I want to show you that this is true. Let's go backwards and do the circle drawing. Here's 5. Here's 3 more. So I had 5. I added 3. And the total is 8. Okay? All right, this time, you're going to show me I want you to think about the problem, and I want you to write an equation for the problem. So now, no more circle drawings. Are you ready? Okay, here's your problem. There are 6 giraffes marching down the street. Then 4 more giraffes come. Now there are 10 giraffes. Can you write that as an equation? Think about what's happening in the problem. There are 6 giraffes marching down the street. Then 4 more giraffes come. Now there are 10 giraffes. What would your equation look like? Pause the video if you need more time. Here's mine. There are 6 giraffes marching down the street. Think about what the problem's saying. Then 4 more giraffes come. So we're adding 4 more giraffes. We had 6, then we plussed 4. We added 4. And now there are 10. Let's try that one more time. Here's your next story problem. There are 4 cars in the parking lot. Then 3 more cars come. Now there are 7 cars. Can you write that as an equation? Think about what's happening in the problem. There are 4 cars in the parking lot. Then 3 more cars come. Now there are 7 cars. Write that as an equation. Pause my video if you need more time. There are 4 cars in the parking lot. Then 3 more cars come. So I added 3 more cars. I had 4, then I plussed 3 or I added 3, and now there are 7. Okay, so 4 plus 3 equals 7. The next thing I want to show you is that sometimes we really have to think about equations because we want to make sure that our equations are true. So what if I wrote something like this? 7 plus 2 equals 10. I want you to think to yourself, is that true? 7, 8, 9. Ooh, that's not true. So if an equation isn't true, we showed you this yesterday, but you would put a line through that because this equation is saying 7 plus 2 does not equal 10, okay? So equals is when it's true, like 7 plus 3 equals 10. And this is when it's not true. This is the not equal sign, okay? One more cool thing I want to show you about the equal sign is that whatever's on the equal sign has to be the same, okay? So I could say that 8 equals 8 because if I have 8, is that the same as saying I have 8? Of course it is. What if I say 7 plus 1 equals 8? If I say I have 7 dolls and 1 more doll, is that the same as saying I have 8 dolls? It is because either way I have 8, right? Another thing that I could do, and this is tricky, I know this is a lot to think about, friends, but I could put the 8 on this side because as long as what's on this side is also worth 8, then both sides of the equal sign are equal, okay? So I could say that 8 equals 4 plus 4 because 8 does equal 4 plus 4. So I have 8 on this side, and I still have 8 on this side, okay, friends? I know that's tricky to think about. One more tricky thing, I know this is going to blow your mind. I could even do something like this. I could put 7 plus 1 on this side and 4 plus 4 on this side because 7 plus 1 equals 8, right? And 4 plus 4 equals 8. So I have the same thing on both sides of the equal sign. I like to think of the equal sign as a balance, making sure that both sides are the same, okay? One can't be much higher than the other. Both sides of the equal sign have to be the same. They're equal. One last thing I want to tell you is that we read an equation from one side to the other. So I read this like a sentence. 7 plus 1 equals 8. I know what you're thinking. Mrs. Roth, I'm not reading because those aren't words. We still read the equation. 7 stands for the number 7, right? This symbol is plus. This is 1. This is equals. And this is 8. So we read it as 7 plus 1 equals 8. Let's try to read a couple together. How would you read this equation? Can you say that out loud? You should have said 6 plus 4 equals 10. Let's read one more. All right, here. Read it to yourself. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Okay, in the next slide, friends, I'm going to show you how to do your journal pages for today.